I just swerved to avoid hitting the one butterfly that I've seen flying in front of me so far. Let me say that again. I just swerved to avoid hitting the one butterfly that I saw flying in front of me so far on this entire drive. It's been unusually quiet in terms of some of the insects that I've been seeing, and I continue to kind of pepper that into all of these videos because I think that somebody can probably attest to the fact that we are experiencing some kind of a concerning situation. So if you agree, I hope that you click on the comments, and also I hope you stay tuned for the next clip. First of all, it's still Wednesday, November the 15th, 2023, and I wanted to answer a question. Someone recently posted a question about where they saw these goods for sale, and I responded, but I don't know if they ever see the responses, so I wanted to post a response in here, and I'm doing it the way that I feel comfortable. And that's by not getting out of the car. There's already people here, and there are going to be more people. I don't know if I could properly capture the line of cars behind me, but hopefully I was able to successfully capture the one lizard that was in front of us. And the lizard is something that, again, many people who come here will overlook, but it's a major indicator of life in this area. To show you where I found these items, it's one thing, but the purpose of me coming to this park is to see the wildlife, the nature, and to experience the solitude. And if you can hear continuous cars around me, I don't know if you can or not, but you'll understand this is definitely not the area where you would want to stop at if you were trying to experience solitude. So let me take you to a place that's a little bit more quiet, and we'll go from there. So some pretty amazing things have happened to me on all of the days that I've been here. This morning, while I was sitting on the side of the car over here, which you saw in the last video, because you saw that I was, here I'm checking out these items. You saw that I was sitting beside the car, recording some of the clouds on the Chisos Mountains from sunrise. And I was reading a book, and I guess I was so into the book that a bird decided to come in and see if it could rouse me, and it basically landed on my shoulder and took off. Like it tagged me, then it landed by my tire, and it was chirping at me. It was kind of interesting. Those are the kind of things that can happen when you're in a place of solitude, and right now we're definitely in a place of solitude. It looks a little bit different from the way that it normally looks. Like there's normally not that bin there. There's normally not fencing around this building here. Other than that, listen to the solitude. Check it out. That was pretty cool, huh? So, thinking we should get to our isolated campsite and see what we see there. So it's coming up on about 3:20, and I almost made a critical mistake. I forgot to refill my refillable water containers. So I had to go back up and backtrack a little bit to Panther Junction to get some of that spring-fed, natural, Big Bend, curative water. So it wouldn't have been a catastrophe if I hadn't gotten the water. I would have been able to survive somehow or another, probably with more than I need already on hand. But I really wanted some real fresh water from the Panther Junction Visitor Center today. So I kind of went out of my way to treat myself with some refreshing water. lot of ways, it's a lot less peaceful here than it could be in the city.
Knock, knock.
Hey there.
Hey there. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. You got quite the collection here. Hey, we're looking for a missing hiker, a young lady, about 25, long dark hair. You seen anybody?
I haven't seen anybody.
Okay. Thank you much.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
Sure. As you might recall from my last episode, one of the legs from my Helinox cot had broken at one of the joints. Well, here's the replacement leg that they sent to me. Well, sometime later, the ranger who had stopped by our campsite earlier passed by in the other direction, apparently having completed his task at the Pine Canyon trailhead. Hopefully, through the coordinated effort, someone was able to find the missing girl. So here I am hiking in a somewhat unfamiliar location at dusk. You can tell the sun is pretty much set, or it's setting right now. I can recognize some of the landmarks that I'm stepping over, and plus the wash that I'm picking, or the wash side of the wash that I keep picking, is kind of paralleling the road, more or less. So earlier today, you heard me talking about people making a racket out here when it was really just a search crew. They're still flying around. Listen. They're still flying around looking for their missing hiker. It's a very serious subject, because many people, if they're unprepared for the extremes, could succumb easily to any number of conditions out here, most notably generally chalked up to exposure. So when it comes down to it, the most important thing, aside from not getting injured, of course, is to have the appropriate attire for the circumstance that you have committed to, for however long you've decided to commit to these circumstances. For me, I committed to walking just enough to tick off the "I walked 1 mile today" indicator. I've got about 2/10 of a mile left to go, and we've got plenty of light to enjoy those last steps. And all in all, I'm hoping for good luck for the missing hiker. I don't know why. I had some idea that this kind of circumstance might occur, which is why I was talking about the track back feature. But again, the track back feature has no way to get you back to where you came from if you become injured during a walk or a hike. So with all that in mind, it would be in everyone's best interest if you Don't just take a random walk off into a random direction without having at least some sense of how to get all the way back to where you came from in the event that you were rattled somehow along the way to where you might have forgotten where you came from or where you were supposed to be heading. And I guess stay tuned and we'll see what else we see, if anything, today or tonight.